Hi there, it's June 14th, 2020, and this is from the National Weather Service. I live in Wisconsin, and this is the news about the weather. Cristobal, the first of its kind in Wisconsin. Earlier this week, Wisconsin had an unfamiliar visitor in the form of a tropical storm system named Cristobal, or Cristobal. Cristobal's appearance on Tuesday, June 9th, marked the first time a tropical depression had ever crossed into the state. Other tropical systems had clipped the southeast corner of the state before, an unnamed storm in 1900, another one in 1949, and then the remnants of Gilbert in 1988. But these storms weakened to extratropical cyclones, another name for our run-of-the-mill low-pressure systems around here, before doing so. Not only was Cristobal Wisconsin's first tropical depression, but its path was the furthest northwest ever taken by a tropical system since the beginning of records of in America, American records. Below is a quick summary concerning Cristobal. So here is Wisconsin, and here's where I am. Maps showing the previous tropical systems that have traveled close to Wisconsin, and the blue line segments indicate where tropical depressions, and gray line indicate where they weakened. So these are weakening, but this is Cristobal coming right through here. Last Tuesday, these all weakened before they got really here. Cristobal began moving into Wisconsin during the afternoon hours on Tuesday, June 9th. It was fairly progressive in nature, quickly clearing the state by 6 a.m. on Wednesday, June 10th, but in that time it managed to dump a considerable amount of rain over parts of Iowa, Minnesota, and western north-central Wisconsin. This was owed to Cristobal's surplus of tropical moisture, as a precipitable water values were observed to be close to 225% of normal for this time of year in Wisconsin. Cristobal's moisture lingered into the day on Wednesday, when a second low-pressure system and frontal boundary gave much of the southern half of the state a second shot of rain. Here it is coming up through. Now, watch this weird little line that appears right behind it. Oh, I thought I saw one, but I guess I didn't. So I live right around in here, and it did rain a lot, and it was fun. This is showing by Wednesday. South central and southeast Wisconsin missed out on most of the heavy rain from Cristobal, but its low pressure broke June records and brought gusty winds to the area. I'm telling you, it was hot, and you could be outside with a swimsuit on, and then it got so cold that I needed to put a coat on. The Fond du Lac Airport managed to record a 51-mile-per-hour wind gust as the system passed on Tuesday. Excuse me. So here's the wind gusts. Last night, they're talking about Tuesday night, Madison broke the record for the lowest pressure ever recorded in June with a pressure of 988.0 MB, or 29.2 inches. The previous record was set on June 1st in 1936. Peak wind gusts in miles per hour from the above image recorded on Tuesday and overnight into Wednesday morning. And it did bother some trees. Okay, so look at these weird little lines showing up in that picture there. 24-hour rainfall in inches. So a lot of heavy rain that fell during the day and on Wednesday fell during a period of an hour to an hour and a half. This caused localized flooding, including the partial closure of Interstate 41 on the south side of Fond du Lac. A few embedded cells also became strong enough to produce up to 1-inch hail. Below is a summary of storm reports that occurred during the day on Wednesday. So I'm just going to go scroll down here so you can kind of see. So we've got heavy rain, 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 flash flood, heavy rain, heavy rain, like 2 inches, 1.87 inch, heavy rain, 2 inches, hail, 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 thunderstorm, wind damage, large trees snapped, and hail. So I'm going to go back up to the top now here. So that was very interesting. And now I'm going to flip it. Okay, so I'm going to flip it to where I'm at, the 7-day forecast. Now, right now, this is much colder than it was a few days ago. 50 degrees out. Tomorrow, high expected 70. That's much colder. There was even frost warnings in northern Wisconsin for yesterday. Low of 49 for tonight. And then we go into here. Now, this is what the weather was like before that. A high of 91 expected on Wednesday. So it's still cold for a while. We're still being affected. And as long as we're at it, let's take a look at what's happening in the United States. Oh, yellow abduction is usually what that is. Yep. And let's look at the radar. Now, isn't it weird that these radar are only bigger right along these weird little lines here? Usually it will be all over the place, but it's not. And we got this moving up into here. But since this is moving down, that's probably partially why we're feeling the cold that we are. Okay, let's take a look at, just out of curiosity, what is going on here. Who knows, maybe somebody here can help. Oh, that's not what I want. Child-Abduction Emergency. The Royce City Police Department is searching for Kylie Ann White, white female, 16 years old, 5'8", weight 120. Last seen on the 500 block of Love Lane. Law enforcement officers believe this child to be in grave or immediate danger. If you have any information, call this number, 972-204-7002. So she has blonde hair, hazel eyes, pink braces. Okay. Okay, I'm back on the National Weather Service radar here. I do want to point out, we can go over to this and move the image. And I'm going to move over here. This is kind of a big radar here moving around. And they're not showing any storm system, so then my question always is, so why is, what's going on? And the circle is how far the radar is going that we can see on this screen. Okay, but all these are radar systems, so the whole atmosphere is really filled with these microwave emissions that we can sense. But I want to show you the difference between the way it's showing up on here. Look at how huge that is. The way it's showing up on here on the National Weather Service, and I'm going to go to another one just to show you. So this is College of DuPage, and there, I think I can see stuff on it a lot better than I can on the National Weather Service. Um, so you can see just this movement here, and the reason why the radar might be so big is because we have this huge system over here moving in. Let's find radar though. Okay, so this is letting them know that there's some warnings here. Thunderstorms, flooding, but you can see the radar on this so much better too. And this is where the bigger one was on the National Weather Service right here. And it's so irregular compared to the other ones, which are kind of equal on all sides almost. Look at this one, a little bit, and then boom, a little bit, and boom. So all these areas are being flooded right now. That's what it looks like. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about this. And here you can go and you can look at like just clicking on here, we can see the not much, as you can see. Let's 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 look at the full disk on this one. Oh, there's the sun coming up. I better get my work done and go to bed soon. This has a lot of information on though that I really find interesting. Down here we can click on this and this will move for us. But this is a good site and the link is below. So I just want to tell you all that I also am going to school at Grantham University online schooling to get my bachelor's in nursing. I'm into week 5 of, this is my year, and I'll be starting the second year of my bachelor's in July. Each session is 8 weeks long. They're very helpful here, but this isn't the only place, and I would certainly say, make up your own choices about what you want to do. Look up free or inexpensive colleges online and see what you can find. There's a lot of help. But I started another business called Get Over It, and I would recommend looking up on Google reasons why to start your own home business and have lots of fun in your life. And I want to say I'm grateful for you and I'm here at your service. So this was an interesting pattern of clouds in the sky tonight. This is facing the north. Isn't that bizarre? Take care now. Bye. Okay, I also have to show you this. This is some German chamomile that I planted a few years ago in front of my yard up by the terrace, and it keeps coming up every year. Isn't it cool looking? All right, bye-bye.